This is as much for me as it is for anything else. I don't know if this video will be of any interest to anyone else, but here it is. I've been slowly getting rid of a lot of my books as time is going on. I'm trying to make some room for new stuff coming in, also just trying to lessen the amount of stuff that I have. If we have to move again, I certainly don't want it to be the production it was the last time. In that process, I've gone through a few things, and I thought I'd do this little unhaul. I've heard them called video, where I just show some of the stuff that I'm taking to little free libraries. Now, I have some other books that I'm going to be taking to sell at a used bookstore, but this is stuff that's going into the little free libraries nearby. Sometimes it's stuff like this. This is we're not going to back to Paris anytime soon, and this one is from, I think this is pre-pandemic. So if we were going to go back, we would simply get another one, and that's what a lot of these travel books are. Paris, Caribbean. These have really kind of done their job. Buenos Aires, my gosh, I loved Buenos Aires. Such a cool city. This was our last time we took a cruise, and this was our last trip before the pandemic, was to Buenos Aires down around to Santiago, Chile. Provence, we did go there briefly, but we didn't really spend the time we thought we were going to. I think at one point. Still, it was pretty cool. And again, these are all older. Spain and Portugal. Our first international trip was to Portugal, and we have since been back to Spain, visited a couple of places in Spain, and had no end of fun. I love Spain. We were supposed to go to the Canary Islands on our honeymoon. That was part of our trip. It was through a cruise line, but there were massive storms on the islands, and so our cruise got redirected. Ended up being, for the best, obviously, because we didn't get stuck in a massive storm, but also second chance seeing two ports in Casablanca, two ports in Morocco, Casablanca, and I never remember the second port, but we took a trip out to see Tetuan. And that really kind of won me over, because Casablanca at the time was a massive construction site. It was not a pleasant place to be visiting. Switzerland, we've been through Switzerland. I'd like to go back. It is, Geneva is the most expensive place I've ever been. It was kind of shocking, to be frank. But I would like to go back. I'd like to visit a couple of places up in the north area. Switzerland was just beautiful country. I just couldn't believe the prices in Geneva. It was bananas. Our first international trip post-pandemic was to Denmark. I loved Denmark. Copenhagen moved right up to the top of. I don't know if it's my favorite city that I've ever been to, but it's real close to the top. It'd be like Lisbon 10, 12 years ago, which I have heard not great things about how Lisbon has gone, but I don't know. But Lisbon would have been one of my favorite cities that I've ever visited. Copenhagen, up there, Munich. I love Munich, and spent some time in Munich and the surrounds. Great city. Belgium, Luxembourg. This is, we didn't go to Luxembourg, but we went to Belgium and the Netherlands and really had a fun time. That was, again, pre-pandemic. Puerto Rico, I love Puerto Rico. Old San Juan is fantastic. The larger city of San Juan reminds me a lot of Houston and of the parts of New Orleans outside of the historic district. It's got that Caribbean tropical kind of vibe, but with a lot more like strip malls and highways and garages and stuff like that. And I didn't love that, but Old San Juan is beautiful. So those are a bunch of travel books that I'm taking to a little free library. I already took a big batch of the little tiny ones, and those seem to be very popular because they went very quickly. Other stuff that's going out, Desperados. This is an omnibus from, it's IDW. I always think it's, I hope those were in frame. They probably weren't. Oh, well. Anyway, sorry. Now I'm bumping things. But Desperados, this was a comic series, a Western comic series. It was, if memory serves, it's fairly, like, I don't think it gets supernatural at all. I don't remember it being very supernatural, but it also is like not super pleasant. And as time goes on, I don't care for the, I don't always care for the art. I don't know. It was all right. It was interesting, but I didn't love it. Alien Pig Farm 3000. This is written by, among others, Thomas Jane. Yes, that Thomas Jane. It's just hillbillies versus aliens. It covers all the expected tropes. Distant Soil. I don't remember if I ever actually read this, but I kept reading. I kept seeing stuff from Colleen Duran, if I'm saying her name right, and it's just like, everything she said just was so obnoxious, and I just was like, I'm done. I never felt like reading it. Some free comic book day comics that I read. Those will be going in. Another Western series, Loveless. I really ended up not enjoying this series at all. I think I'd picked them up used at some point, or at least the last volume I used. Kind of got a spaghetti Western vibe, but there's a real, like, I don't know. It's the whole thing of like having the Confederate. It just, no. Making a Confederate into like a sympathetic character. And all of the Union characters are so ugly and nasty. Swing Essential Album Guide. So I read this years ago, and I really like swing music, but I feel like at this point, if I need to, I can find this on Wikipedia or whatever. I don't really need this book anymore. I have a lot of swing music. I think I acquired a lot of the albums that I would have wanted out of this, and so it's cool, but maybe somebody else will discover something from it. Masked, kind of Euro comic, had some potential. It feels kind of like something you'd see in heavy metal, but I didn't love it. And actually, same with Red One. If this were easier to get, the second volume, I might have read it, but I didn't like it enough to care and to go out of my way. So these will be going, as I said, into a little free library over the next few weeks whenever I get off my butt and take them. That's a lot of stuff, though. It's a couple of feet worth of shelf space that I have made for some new RPG stuff and some other books that I've ended up picking up as time has gone on. I'm also trying to, I want to get to our storage unit and start trying to work on clearing that out. That's a goal for maybe the autumn when it's a little cooler. We'll see. But anyway, that's my little unhaul. It's more for my records and my thoughts than anything. But if you find it interesting in any way, if you're clearing out your own place, let me know. Until next time, take care.